Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. You're listening to the RX Daily Dose. Today's episode is being recorded for Monday, April 20th, and I'm your host, Ian Parnagoni. We update this podcast every week for healthcare providers, medical professionals, and anyone who has an interest in drug updates. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on all your favorite podcast platforms and social media, including iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and Instagram. All links can be found in the show notes below. This week, we have updates for you from the FDA for approval of Jelmyto for the treatment of urothelial cancer and Tukysa in combination with other chemotherapy for the treatment of HER2-positive breast cancer. We'll also be giving an update on the coronavirus epidemic and flu season to date. The first one from this week, the FDA approved a new mitomycin gel, which goes by brand name Jelmyto, which is the first therapy to treat low-grade upper tract urothelial cancer. Urothelial cancer is a cancer of the lining of the urinary system. While the majority of urothelial cancers occur in the bladder, upper tract urothelial cancer corresponds to a subset that arises in the lining of the kidney or ureter, which is the long, thin tube that connects that kidney to the bladder. Upper tract urothelial cancer can block the ureter or kidney, causing swelling, infections, and impairment of kidney function in some patients. This type of cancer, which also goes by UTUC, can develop as low-grade or high-grade tumors. In general, low-grade tumors are not invasive and very rarely spread from the kidney or ureter. However, they often recur, and management involves treating visible tumors and trying to preserve the urinary tract, as these tumors are more likely to recur in the urinary system than they are to spread. Low-grade UTUC is rare, but affects 6,000 to 8,000 new patients in the U.S. every year. Jelmyto is an alkylating drug, meaning it inhibits the transcription of DNA into RNA, stopping protein synthesis and taking away the cancer's ability to multiply. The FDA approved Jelmyto based on the results of a clinical trial involving 71 patients with low-grade UTUC. These patients had never undergone treatment or had recurrent low-grade non-invasive UTUC with at least one measurable papillary tumor. That's a tumor shaped like a small mushroom with its stem attached to the inner lining of an organ. Patients receive Jelmyto once a week for 6 weeks and, if assessed as the complete response, monthly for up to 11 additional months. Efficacy of Jelmyto was evaluated using urine cytology, ureteroscopy, and biopsy if warranted 3 months following the initiation of therapy. A complete response was found in 58% of patients following 6 treatments of Jelmyto administered weekly. Durability of the effect of Jelmyto in patients with a complete response was also evaluated using urine cytology, ureteroscopy, and biopsy every 3 months for a year following the initiation of therapy. 46% of patients who achieved a complete response continued to have a complete response at the 12-month mark. Common side effects for patients taking Jelmyto were ureter obstruction. This is a narrowing or blockage of the ureter that may lead to excess fluid in the kidney due to a backup of urine. Side effects also include flank pain, urinary tract infection, hematuria, renal dysfunction, and dysuria. Jelmyto can cause serious side effects including ureter obstruction, flank pain, and urosepsis. Patients with ureter obstruction may require transient or long-term stents to relieve this obstruction. The obstruction may be persistent. In the study, it did not resolve completely in 51% of patients who experienced obstruction due to Jelmyto. Jelmyto should be avoided in patients with a glomerular filtration rate of less than 30 milliliters per minute. Women who are pregnant should not take Jelmyto because it may cause harm to a developing fetus or newborn baby. The FDA advises healthcare professionals to tell females of reproductive age to use effective contraception during treatment with Jelmyto, and for 6 months following the last dose. Male patients with female partners of reproductive potential should also use effective contraception during treatment with Jelmyto and for 3 months following the last dose. The FDA granted this application priority review and breakthrough therapy designation, which expedites the development and review of drugs that are intended to treat a serious condition when preliminary clinical evidence indicates that the drug may demonstrate substantial improvement over available therapies. Jelmyto was also granted Fast Track designation, which expedites the review of drugs to treat serious conditions and fill an unmet medical need. Jelmyto received Orphan Drug designation, which provides incentives to assist and encourage the development of drugs for rare diseases. Also this week, as part of Project Orbis, the FDA approved Tukysa, which goes by brand name Tukysa, in combination with Herceptin and Xeloda, for the treatment of adult patients with advanced forms of HER2-positive breast cancer that can't be removed with surgery or has spread to other parts of the body, including the brain, and who have received one or more prior treatments. We've actually talked about Project Orbis in a few other episodes. It's a collaborative agreement between the FDA, the Australian Therapeutic Goods Administration, and Health Canada. The countries agree to collaboratively review applications, allowing for simultaneous decisions in all three countries. And other countries may be included for future collaboration. The FDA for this approval collaborated with the Australian Therapeutic Goods Administration, Health Canada, Health Sciences Authority out of Singapore, and Swissmedic out of Switzerland. This is the first Project Orbis partnership between the FDA, HSA, and Swissmedic. While the FDA approved Tukysa today, the application is still under review at the other agencies. Collaboration among international regulators may allow patients with cancer to receive earlier access to products in other countries where there may be significant delays in regulatory submissions, regardless of whether the product has received FDA approval. Early availability of new therapies and adoption as standard of care around the world may have an impact on the increasingly international conduct of cancer clinical trials, potentially accelerating the development of anti-cancer products. With a framework for concurrent submission and review of oncology drugs, Project Orbis facilitates a collaborative review to identify any regulatory divergence across review teams. HER2-positive breast cancer, which makes up approximately 1/5 of breast cancers, has too much of a protein called human epidermal growth factor receptor 2, known as HER2, which promotes the growth of cancer cells. More than 25% of women with metastatic HER2-positive breast cancer will develop brain metastases. Tukysa is a kinase inhibitor, meaning it blocks a type of kinase enzyme and helps prevent the cancer cells from growing. Tukysa is approved for treatment after patients have taken one or more anti-HER2-based regimens in the metastatic setting. The FDA approved Tukysa based on the results of a clinical trial enrolling 612 patients who had HER2-positive advanced unresectable or metastatic breast cancer and had prior treatment with Herceptin, Perjeta, and Kadcyla. Patients with previously treated and stable brain metastases, as well as those with previously treated and growing or untreated brain metastases, were eligible for the clinical trial, and 48% of enrolled patients had brain metastases at the start of the trial. The primary endpoint was progression-free survival. The median progression-free survival in patients who received Tukysa, Herceptin, and Xeloda was 7.8 months compared to 5.6 months in those patients who received placebo, Herceptin, and Xeloda. The median overall survival in patients who received Tukysa, Herceptin, and Xeloda was 21.9 months compared to 17.4 months in patients who received placebo, Herceptin, and Xeloda. Common side effects for patients taking Tukysa were diarrhea, palmar-plantar erythrodysesthesia, that's defined as a burning or tingling discomfort in the hands and feet, nausea, fatigue, hepatotoxicity, vomiting, anemia, and rash. Tukysa can cause serious side effects, including severe diarrhea associated with dehydration, acute kidney injury, and death. Healthcare professionals should advise patients to notify their healthcare provider and start antidiarrheals as clinically indicated if diarrhea occurs. If patients are experiencing severe diarrhea, Tukysa should be interrupted or the dosage reduced. Tukysa can also cause severe hepatotoxicity. Healthcare professionals should monitor liver tests in patients taking Tukysa every 3 weeks while the patient is on treatment or as clinically indicated. Women who are pregnant or breastfeeding should not take Tukysa because it may cause harm to a developing fetus or newborn baby. The FDA advises healthcare professionals to tell everyone, that's both males and females, to use effective contraception during treatment with Tukysa and for at least 1 week after the last dose. The FDA granted this application priority review and breakthrough therapy designation, as well as fast track and orphan drug designation. And an update for you on influenza and the coronavirus. For influenza this year, the CDC now estimates that in the US so far this season, there have been at least 39 million flu illnesses, 410,000 hospitalizations, and 24,000 deaths from the flu. 168 deaths have been reported in children. Nationally, flu activity is now low, with only 12 states now reporting high or very high activity still. Most of the focus I'm finding on the CDC website is now dedicated to the coronavirus. I put a link to the CDC Weekly Influenza Tracker where you can get more detailed updates on the virus. For the coronavirus, and these numbers are as of Sunday, April 19th, the coronavirus death toll rose to 164,943. That's up almost 50% since last week. And the number of confirmed infections rose to 2,399,849 worldwide. That's a 30% increase over last week. The United States now has 762,896 confirmed cases. That's a 40% increase over the week before. You can see the trend right now is gradually decreasing, so that's good news with these numbers, but realize it's only been a 2-week overall trend. There are now 40,419 confirmed deaths from the coronavirus. We saw the first death in the US on March 1st, so that's just about 7 weeks with the total. We'll keep you updated every week as things continue to evolve with the spread of the coronavirus. And that's all I have for this week. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'll include all links in the show notes below, so please go back and check those out too. Please connect with me on any of your social media platforms and give me feedback on what you heard today. I'd love to know what you thought about the episode. And as always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. And thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.